Cat Williams had to deal with a whole lot ever since Jay-Z's name was mentioned in the 23-page indictment. Diddy thought that he was just going to get out of jail. He had 3 bond attempts. They got him up out the picture. Next thing you know, this is where Jay-Z allegations started surfacing. Cat Williams said that Jaguar Wright, she said everything that she saw inside them parties. Kim Porter's son, he know that Jay-Z was implemented in his mother's passing. So everybody wanted it to be Cassie, the one who actually filed a lawsuit. This stuff is over 20 years old. You cannot go out there and try to file criminal charges against somebody for something from 20 years ago. But at the end of the day, the stuff he did to them other people, it's all coming back because them NDAs don't save you from a federal indictment. It's going to be hard to get out this situation. Hit the like button, drop the RIP Kim Porter's down in the comments section. Regardless of how they look at it, Jay-Z, he should have never even been right there with Diddy when he was commencing all these crimes and activities. They already said that Gene Deal, he not letting up. He gonna tell them everything they need to know because he's an ex-parole officer. And he was right there thinking that he was just working his job when Diddy was having them to protect criminal organizations, criminal activities that was going on the plane, criminal activities that was going on while they was out of the country, out of state. Every time they got on the private jets, Young Miami should be the spokeswoman for the drills going back and forth. This sad. At the end of the day, I want y'all to let me know if you think that Jay-Z is innocent or guilty.
Looking at P. Diddy's prolonged history of alleged violence dating back to the 90s after facing multiple lawsuits in recent months, alleging assault and other crimes, P. Diddy was indicted September 17th on charges of trafficking by force, racketeering, conspiracy, fraud, or coercion, and transporting. P. Diddy's attorney called it an unjust prosecution and said his client is an innocent man with nothing to hide. But P. Diddy's history suggests otherwise, and we're going to deep dive into that because when you really listen to some of the things that come out of his past, you're going to be like,
it's shocking. Like, at the end of the day, we know this because you saw what happened with Kim Porter. They brought up the way that Kim Porter was left up in that house unresponsive.
And we're going to get to that.
And this is a sad situation. She should have never even been taken out like that. Like, at the end of the day, people knew it was going to come out one way or another. She shouldn't have left that party. And it's sad because she left behind her kids. R.I.P. Kim Porter. Throw the R.I.P. Kim Porters down in the comment section.
In November, Cassie Victoria kicked off what became a tsunami of accusations against Combs with a lawsuit against Combs in New York. Federal court that included graphic claims of assault, physical abuse, and allegations that Combs, her ex-boyfriend, would force her to have relations with male workers while he watched.
That's bogus. Diddy knew exactly what him and Jay-Z was doing. Jay-Z, he's innocent on the allegation that they saying that happened with that girl, but everybody saw him at that party. Like, it was his party. And then Kim Porter left from out of that party and only went home. She just wanted to leave away from the situation. Some people want to walk away from the problem, but people always want to run behind them and try to initiate something, and it always leads back to the person who ran up on them to being prosecuted or either getting dumped by the girl. I want y'all to know this is a sad situation, but Kim Porter, I just wish she was still here today. She was a legacy in this game. Jay-Z was involved in everything that went down with Kim Porter, and everybody thought that just because Cassie filed her lawsuit that she was going to be the only one that come forth. A lot of people came forth.
It just started with Cassie, really.
A lot of people really thought that Cassie was going to be the one that put the nail in the coffin, but Kim Porter, it was an undetermined death. Kim Porter wasn't even supposed to go out like that.
Absolutely
like, at the end of the day, her
She's supposed to be here for her kids.
For real, her son's still trying to find out. I don't think Jay-Z is involved in what happened with that girl in 2000, but if they bringing up something from that long ago, it has to be some truth to something.
Because otherwise we would have moved on and not necessarily forgotten, but come to some sort of peace about it. They're still looking for answers. Hopefully they can find them sooner or later.
A lot of people know that Jay-Z is the main one who told them that Beyonce was going to be the one who actually, she wasn't going to say nothing. Like, at the end of the day, and Solange kept telling Beyonce, like, you need to tell Jay-Z to stop having them parties with Diddy because Diddy going to eventually go down. Diddy's sons, they already was prepared. They knew exactly what they was going to hear when they walked in that courtroom because the lawyer already FaceTimed them and let them know, like, everything is looking good. Your daddy, he going to eventually get out, but they going to eventually deny the bond. That's why when they walked out the front of the courthouse, they instantly they had a frown on their face. Like at the end of the day, but Kim Porter's son, he's still trying to figure out like what happened to his mother. He know that Jay-Z name was implemented in it, and you can't put yourself in certain situations if you know that you can't get yourself out of it. This is a revolving door. We have to really pay close attention to the people we keep in our circle because this sad.
As far as the courthouse situation, the lawyer really gave them false hopes because P. Diddy moved around, put a couple houses up for like sale, sold out his portion of a business, was trying to scrape together enough money to be able to say, here's more money than you could possibly ask for a bond. Please let me out. But they don't want to let him out because they're afraid that he's going to get out there and harass the witnesses and possibly put somebody at danger. There's over 120 lawsuits claimed against P. Diddy.
Facts.
Some of them may not be true, and he knows that.
Yeah, he
so he's
know
going
that.
to try to twist that and use that to his advantage. And if he could get to those, let's say 15 of them that may not have any truth behind them, it would probably scare a few others off as well.
That's why Jay-Z keeping his distance, and he said that he denouncing anybody that's with Diddy. Like at the end of the day, he don't care what pictures and videos he on. He already said he not involved in what happened in 2000. He not involved in none of the parties. He don't know Diddy no more. For you to say that about somebody, you have to really be looking at what they did, and you want to stay unconnected from that type of stuff.
This is Jay-Z's lawyer really trying to give him an out, an alibi, an ace in the hole card. It's not going to work because the American people are not buying it. We have watched Jay-Z and P. Diddy support each other for years. There is no way you're going to tell me they weren't friends.
Beyonce kept
Gene
telling
Deal
Kim
and
Porter
Jaguar
she
Wright,
didn't know what
they
Diddy
already
and Jay-Z
confirmed
kept going in the back of
everything.
that room
See,
with
listen
double
to what
doors
Gene
for.
Deal and
But
Jaguar
then when
Wright
the family
said.
went in
It's
there,
just
they
not
already
us
knew.
that's just
This
saying
is where they
this.
found the tape set. Now,
chose to. You understand? They want to make up the stories they want to make up. And that's what you get this internet. You got a lot of people making up stuff. But then when the stuff come true, they look stupid. They don't say nothing. They quiet as a church mouse.
Real life.
Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. RIP Kim Porter. We just got some shocking evidence and some shocking news. Jay-Z, he kind of opened the doors for this because he should have never put himself out there like this. He should have never put himself in this situation.
Wilson, you know, for anybody who ain't never been to that side.
Well, you know, I got 2 books out, bro. One book is called Gene Deal, My World of Bodyguard and a Hip Hop Star. And the second one is Gene Deal, Life After Death, When Bodyguard and a Hip Hop Star. The first book tells about my childhood. Growing up in Wellston, I met my mother at the age of 12 years old, where I moved out from St. Louis, from the north side, to the Wellston, Missouri, where my mother was at. Wellston is it's the ghetto among ghettos. There's only 6,000 people. People ain't stop at the stop sign when you went to Wellston. So if you know what they're talking about, if you came out of Wellston, you had to educate yourself because the school district, if you came out of high school, you probably had a 6th or 7th grade education.
So let me ask you, for those that, you know, some people know your story and they see you on this couch, so they know what we're about to get into. As a curiosity, for those who don't know, your profession was a bodyguard.
Not at all.
Okay, go ahead, please.
My profession was, I was professionally a New York State parole officer, where I worked for 27 years. You understand? My second profession was an investigator for Elite Investigation, where I ran the investigations of housing projects in the city, Lambert Housing, Taino Towers, Eastchester Manor, some of the roughest housing projects in the city in the Bronx. My third profession, which wasn't like what you might say a bodyguard, I started what you call, with some other guys, ASAP Ferg father, Mike Cox, myself, we started what we call the Same Gang. The Same Gang was a group of guys who, at the time, Harlem was coming up. Instead of them having cliques and, they call cliques and crews, instead of them having gangs and stuff like that, we were people that partied together, you know what I'm saying, had a lot of fun, gave picnics, and that's where you got your guy Sean Combs came in when we brought him into the Same Gang. So I was like what y'all call now an OG because I started it. You understand? So then Puff had some problems at the place called the Building and the Red Zone. Red Zone and the Building was parties that he was doing. The Building was the unsigned hype. If you ever seen Juice and the guy was doing the turntables and stuff like that, I think it was Omar Epps or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's Omar.
Right, that was the Building. That's where they was giving the parties there, where you had leaders of the new school, Queen Latifah, different groups coming there showing their talent, Naughty by Natures and all like that. They would show their talent there. So Puff was having problems there, and D Ferg, one of the leaders of the same gang, which is ASAP Ferg father, said, yo, Gene, Puff need, some help, man. He need to get that money home at night and everything like that, to Kirk Burrows and stuff like that. So why don't you go help him out? I said, I ain't got no problem with that. So I put him up under my wing, so I started helping him out, by, making sure when the end of the party and stuff like that, get in the car, bring him uptown. So to answer your question, sorry about that, my profession first was, like I said, parole officer, then investigator, which it was with the housing projects and stuff like that. Then that bodyguard thing was just me looking after, people that was in our crew and clique.
So is it safe to say that you were familiar with like the music industry of some sort before Puff came to picture?
Well, I think that I got involved with the music industry because a guy named Tim Dog. If you know, Tim Dog is not the one who had the that F Compton thing. Tim Dog was one of the A&Rs for Uptown Records. He went on to be a president of Island Records, the president.
Because the kid was so excited, he just wanted some stuff from, Puff. Yeah.
That's it.
He was a dream killer.
Right there.
He knew how to do that. He would let you get real excited. He'd be like, yeah. Yeah, hold on a second. And just walk off.
Oh,
Jack, what side you gonna sit on, my
You were there, so I'm gonna sit here.
And Gene, right before she walked in, you said you have one question. I said, well, again, welcome both y'all to the Blue Couch. This is epic. I met both y'all on the Blue Couch.
I'm so glad you came.
Yeah, thank you.
We got cooking to do.
Oh, I cooked last night.
You did?
And called. I told them to tell you to cook.
Yo, that guy right there. I said, have Jag call me.
I did.
And
We didn't finish until 3
I
a.m.
cooked mac and cheese, cornbread, fried cabbage, salmon and catfish. And I
See?
and at his mansion. And I called you and I called him to tell you to call
We
me.
were here.
Yeah, we were till like 3-4.
Yeah, we were.
We had enough. I cooked enough food, man. We could have brought food over.
See, that's on y'all.
Yeah.
Don't make us feel bad.
Yeah.
That's okay because we're gonna cook together in Vegas.
Yeah, where's the leftovers?
Yeah. He gave it to like 7 different people that came over.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yo.
Yo. Yeah.
All right. Somebody.
Y'all still filming?
Yeah.
I think we're still rolling.
Yeah, y'all still rolling?
Yeah, we're still rolling. No, that's still recording. Yes.
I forgot my water. I was in such a rush to get downstairs.
Go.
I'm not gonna be on this couch with Jag. Hold up, bro. I'm not gonna be on this couch with Jag, man, unless Jag sing my favorite song. It's a Philly classic. And when I was in high school, bro, and the preacher's daughter.
That's Freak Off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor. Went for $500 million. It had multiple stars in it. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Drake. It was a really interesting night in Calabasas, and he just sold that footage.
How come you think it doesn't get leaked to the public?
The dark net?
Yeah, like...
Because of the dark coin. Most people don't even know that the dark coin exists.
Finally alone.
Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
But man, you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying? I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit. Make a wish. Just blow it out. It's your birthday every day.
Where I look back on where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real, because I'm saying it seems like a thing.
I miss
this
partying
birthday
with
party,
Puff, man.
Man, but I'm talking about for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
You ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying? Baby bro, we here. Tomorrow is time. It's time. What you gonna do to that thing, man? Yeah, they better tune in. They better tune in. Let's go. Everybody, my baby bro, we here. Tomorrow is time. It's time. What you gonna do to that thing, man? Yeah, they better tune in. They better tune in. Let's go.
The Diddy, the parties, not got invited to those. He was in Cali going to a couple parties with Meek, right? And Meek told my inside man that he can't go to, what 2 or 3 parties yet. So he got left like at the crib or Airbnb, hotel, mansion, wherever they was. Like he couldn't go. Wow. Like, yo, you can go like Monday and Tuesday you can go to this party. But Wednesday and Thursday, when we go to this other mansion party, you gotta stay back. That's just coming from my inside guy. Like this is truth. Like, you know what I mean? That party, like when they say Diddy party, yeah, a few people was around at that time and they couldn't go.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Diddy and Meek Mill.
Why would they not have when they're gay rappers?
Do you think Meek Mill's gay?
We all know he's gay.
Who's we?
Rick Ross knows he's gay.
I didn't know. News to me.
Everybody, Rick Ross knows.
You think Rick Ross would sign a gay rapper?
Rick Ross knows he's gay.
I've never told.
All the champagne was spiked, son. Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out. I don't drink, so I was playing that shit off like I don't fucking drink. I smoke, nigga. Like, I smoke and I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard niggas struggling.
And understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
They said Biggie Smalls was even there, y'all. Hit the like button if y'all think that Diddy set up Kim Porter.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige. They ain't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, could you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like,
what
like
a
living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
See?
This is my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get up early with me. And now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the frosted flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid.
We're having a good time, yo. Your usher made it in the...
Hey, yo. Let's just put the camera a little this way just so we're not... I don't want my shot to even... I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. Usher look like he fresh off the goddamn plane.
Just that, you know, Diddy told him personally that he had sex with Usher. And when you look at the lawsuit, even though they got Usher name redacted, you could tell who it is because they describe him as the guy that performed at the Super Bowl.
Right.
So, I mean, we all know who that is, but how you feel about that, man?
Well, I mentioned that earlier, that he said about Stevie J. The Usher part, that's a touchy situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a certain feeling, and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business. Puff and Usher did have a situation, and that situation led Usher to the hospital.
Porter passed away in 2018 tragically from pneumonia.
I've been holding a lot lately. Puff Daddy is the king of deception.
Kim also had video footage of Usher and Diddy getting it on.
Kim probably told all that in her book.
Kim was not found unresponsive in bed. She was discovered on the bathroom floor. If they found her in bed, then she was strategically placed there.
There was actually blood located on Kim's pillowcase.
Everyone believes that Kim Porter was unalived for knowing too much. She saw the worst side of P. Diddy and allegedly had evidence to use against him. But Kim wasn't ever able to expose him because she mysteriously died at her home. So let's get into it.
Share this video on Facebook, y'all. We're gonna bring y'all the facts. Share this video on Facebook.
A lot, but she unfortunately died at the age of 47 on November 15th, 2018. She supposedly died of pneumonia, but that doesn't really make sense for someone who's young and healthy and just found dead at home. There is a lot of mystery surrounding her death because we didn't understand how she died until 2 months after, where they announced that she had pneumonia, which it does not take that long for an autopsy report to determine that someone had died of pneumonia. I mean, at the age of 47, it doesn't really make sense, but if they had a fluid in the lungs, they would have been able to tell.
This is the date that Kim Porter unfortunately left us, right? November the 15th. But it took until January the 25th of 2019 to figure out and determine what was the actual cause.
To give you guys some history on Kim and P. Diddy, they met each other back in 1994 when she was hired as his receptionist. Their relationship quickly developed, and by 1998, Kim gave birth to their first son together, Christian. But their happy family didn't last long because the following year, Sean P. Diddy, I need to just call him P. Diddy throughout this video. He ended up leaving Kim for a romance with Jennifer Lopez. Kim was furious and she threw him out of her home after finding out. She was quoted saying, "A friend called my cell phone. Then a few weeks later, the press hit. People were talking to me like I was really crushed, but I just had the baby. I couldn't be somewhere in the corner heartbroken. I have kids." She also claims that their relationship wasn't real. The world just saw the bright lights and the camera, but I knew what was really going on. He was still in love with me. P. Diddy and J-Lo dated for a couple of years, and Jennifer said that she tried to be diplomatic about the situation because she knows what went on and she didn't want to be a homewrecker. But once P. Diddy and J-Lo broke up, Kim actually sued P. Diddy for paternity and child support. Despite her lawsuit, she claimed that he was a great father, and after the cheating and the legal battles, they ended up getting back together in 2003 and having twins in 2006.
Do y'all think Diddy set up Kim Porter? She was a well-loving mother. She had multiple kids. P. Diddy, he shouldn't have never did that. This is why you can't cheat on your wife, your baby mama, or your girlfriend, because when you really look at it, it all falls apart in the end. Diddy is being sued by multiple people. Multiple people is coming out saying that he had NDAs, he had footage of them. A lot of people feel that Diddy, once the DEA kicked in, he tried to run out of the country. But I want you guys to decide that. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we're going to continue with this.
But unfortunately, Kim wasn't aware at the time that P. Diddy was having an affair with his longtime associate, Sarah Chapman, who became pregnant with his daughter, Chance. Sarah actually gave birth to Chance 5 months before Kim gave birth to their twins. And it actually turns out that Kim hired a private investigator to get some concrete facts. And she supposedly knew that he had gotten this woman pregnant before he had even come to her and explained himself.
All right, so if you missed it yesterday, Diddy had a really sweet tribute to Kim Porter, and it was adorable, but I actually want to share a story about Kim Porter. Now, if you don't know already, Kim Porter passed away in 2018 tragically from pneumonia. She's also the mother of Diddy's children. But what I absolutely love about Kim Porter is back in the day when Diddy left Kim Porter for J-Lo, Kim Porter supposedly didn't even react to it. She caught pictures of him like online with him and J-Lo, and they were out at like clubs and parties together, and that's how she found out he was cheating on her. And apparently she said nothing, and that ate away at Diddy. Supposedly he was just waiting for Kim to react. He wanted her attention, and she just wouldn't give it to him. She was basically like, you're gonna do your thing? Well, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
Months after the twins were born, P. Diddy came to Kim Porter and confessed that he had this love child. And she recalled saying, "Really? Well, I already knew. I'm glad you decided to be a man." Despite the love child revelation, the couple tried to carry on before a host of other issues made Kim finally walk out for good in 2007. Without telling him of her plans to leave, Kim waited until P. Diddy was out of town before she packed up the house, including the cars, the nursery furniture, the kitchen table, and moved out. She explained that she wanted to be dramatic. "I wanted him to know that I wasn't breaking up with him for 2 weeks or maybe leaving for 2 days, but if I pack up everything, the twins and all, it means I'm out." Of course, Kim Porter is no longer with us, and I'm sure P. Diddy has a lot of regret about their relationship. He's expressed it in some media reports. He's explained several times that he's regretful that their relationship didn't work out, and he probably feels really bad about it because he treated her so poorly. And even though he's posted these videos online and he's given these sappy interviews, something about me isn't necessarily buying it, because I just have a bad feeling that he's had his way and that he's extremely manipulative to the point where he's going to try to convince the world that they had this amazing love when in fact she had a lot of information on him.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been holding a lot lately. Oh, man, I just had like a 3.5 hour cry where I just like let it all out.
Now, P. Diddy is left with his 2 daughters that he shares with Kim. They also have their son, but he's much older. But there's something weird between, P. Diddy and his 2 daughters. And I feel like his twin daughters know something, and he's been trying to isolate them and keep them away from the world, away from these nannies or anyone that could, gain some information about what was really going on with Kim before she died. Because there are also reports claiming that she was relatively healthy. There weren't any concerns. So what do these twins know that P. Diddy's trying to keep them away from their extended family or this babysitter who has taken them to court? I wonder what this nanny knows that she's recommending that the twins need to go to specialists. So let's go ahead and break down what she has to say. So she's suing for wrongful termination, and P. Diddy claims that they fired her because she's pregnant, which sounds ridiculous. At first, she tried to use a fake name, but the court wouldn't allow it. She claims that she was desperate to preserve the privacy that she had because she's worried about harm to her or her minor children. And she probably is worried because P. Diddy seems like a dangerous man in my opinion. But supposedly she was hired after Kim's death in 2018 to take care of the twins they have together. She moved into P. Diddy's home and became extremely tight with the family. She said it all fell apart when she asked for maternity leave in August 2020, and she claims that she was supposedly fired because P. Diddy didn't want his daughters to be around an unmarried pregnant woman. I have a feeling that P. Diddy just seized the moment, seeing that she was pregnant, and found his excuse to get rid of her. Raven claimed that she was cousins of P. Diddy's late ex, Kim Porter, but P. Diddy denies that claim. On her public Instagram, you can see that the nanny has several photos with Diddy and his family.
A woman is claiming y'all to be Kim Porter's niece, baby, is suing Diddy for wrongful termination.
So I'm staying off my social devices. It's too much cooning
and buffooning.
You know, when Kim was alive, praying with them, doing whatever he had to do.
Diddy has seen a sudden change in the demeanor of the twins since the nanny was put in place.
I told you can't trust these. Puffy done killed Tupac, man.
That the babysitter was fired because she told Diddy that she was pregnant.
So apparently, Diddy sacked his twins' nanny for getting pregnant outside of her marriage. And in a bizarre turn of events, the nanny launched a wrongful termination lawsuit against Puffy. Diddy must have indeed wronged that ex-nanny who came forward to expose Diddy, and karma is also doing its job.
But it doesn't seem like the nanny's the only person to have information that P. Diddy wants to keep under wraps, because supposedly Kim Porter's stylist also has been wanting to speak out about P. Diddy and him getting with men, which if you guys have not seen my video about P. Diddy and the Flavor Camp and Justin Bieber and Usher, definitely go and check that out.
There were also reports that Kim Porter's former stylist was about to drop a tell-all book on Diddy. And according to the stylist, Diddy slept with different men on multiple occasions. And the stylist has also said that Usher's mom confronted Diddy about allegedly being intimate with Usher after she found out what was going on. Allegedly, Kim also had video footage of Usher and Diddy getting it on. But I guess we'll never find out whether the video is actually there, since she died under very mysterious circumstances.
There's no doubt in my mind that she suffered in some way at the hands of P. Diddy. She has shared in the past about their relationship and how toxic it was, and how she had to go through so many sacrifices to please him and to be the bigger person. She was quoted saying, "I wasn't even coming from the place of who, what, why. I laid low and did what women do. I did my background work, collected information, but I wasn't even like that because I was pregnant. And what was bubbling inside me was a blessing from God. I couldn't let my energy be on that. I didn't have time for any drama, trauma, and bull." She went on to say that he's not the first man who has had a baby outside of a relationship. He's not the originator of this, but at this point in my life, I have my girls now and it's a different program. And it seems like she started to stand up for herself after he went on and had another love child while they were together. And I think that's good for her because honestly, in my opinion, it seems like P. Diddy has some brainwashing mentality. There are so many people who have publicly stated that he's a manipulative person. I mean, I'm sure he is in his personal life, and it seems like he did Kim Porter so wrong for so many years that maybe at some point she was at her breaking point, that he could no longer hurt her.
Puff Daddy is the king of deception. Every time we was in the party, he was throwing his champagne, his vodka in every picture. He was so we didn't know. We like, yo, he's a great guy. This is a great party. This is a great, yo, give me your clothes. I'm gonna rock it in the video. Yo. Sean John sold 400 million. The champagne, this. Boy, the joke's on us.
Now let's talk a little bit about Al B, because before Kim was with P. Diddy, she was with Al B and they had a child together. And he's been open about his conspiracies. He indirectly alleges, look at that legal protection, indirectly alleges that Kim Porter may have been murdered. It was reported that she was sick with the flu before asking P. Diddy, the father of her 3 children, to take care of the kids to make sure they did not get sick. 3 days later, on November 15th, Kim died in her sleep from a lung infection.
A shocked and devastated Diddy spotted at the home where his ex suddenly and mysteriously died.
Kim was not found unresponsive in bed. She was discovered on the bathroom floor. If they found her in bed, then she was strategically placed there.
Kim probably told all that shit in her book. You understand? That up and got missing the day she died. You understand what I'm saying?
The chatter around Columbus is that Kim's family is seeking legal advice and is unequivocally in pursuit to slap Diddy with a lawsuit for wrongful.
So let's talk a little bit about this investigation and the family's belief that, P. Diddy is responsible for a wrongful death. Al B has been proposing the possibility of her death being the result of foul play and not due to complications of an illness. Even though she's 47 years old, they determined that she died of natural causes. Al B claimed that in the time leading up to Kim's death, she was running from someone or something, and that he had told her, recounted in a now deleted Instagram caption, to call the FBI. Only later did he add instead that she was running a marathon. Interesting. So he went up and saved himself there. It seems like Al B needs to watch his back because he keeps going out and giving accountings of what had happened. And when he heard this news, he shared what his initial reaction was. Listen very closely because this little segment is difficult to find on the internet, and it seems like he was suspicious from the start.
That he does not believe that Kim died from natural causes. 52-year-old shared his personal thoughts on her passing after coming across the video he took following the news of her death. I was on my way to film the pre-show packages for the Soul Train Awards on BET with Tisha Campbell and Tanisha Arnold. I received a call from my PR and talent producer, Quinny Donald Johnson, asking me if I was okay and did I hear the news. I do know very clearly that Kim didn't just check up out of here all of a sudden, and it wasn't no pneumonia. That's bullshit. And see, this is where I'm going to get in trouble, stated Al B. Shore. Al B. went on to add, to just prior, he and Kim attended an event for their son Quincy Brown's Netflix film, The Holiday Calendar, and this was just a couple of weeks prior. He stated, she was in fantastic health and well, and laughing and seeing me and Diddy's mutual exchange.
So he goes on to explain that he had just seen Kim and that she was in great spirits and she was thriving. So to hear this news, it didn't really add up. And since then, there have been so many conspiracies, but there's not a lot of consistency. I think there is a general consensus though that Kim Porter knew something that P. Diddy did not want out there. The question is, how much did she know and how damaging was it? Also, was she planning on writing a book and getting her secrets out there? I mean, it seems like a lot of her team were also aware of what was going on, so she wasn't necessarily shy about it. Probably because she's been fed up with him over the years of him essentially abusing her.
When it comes to how much Kim knew about Diddy, best believe she knew a lot. In the book that may never even come out, Kim apparently even approached Andre Harrell to ask him if he had any intimate relationship with Diddy because she was sure that their relationship was not just business. However, she was disappointed when Andre denied it because she had security footage of them together. And it wasn't just Andre, because Kim allegedly also had footage of Diddy with other men who walked in and out of the offices at Uptown. But she wasn't just running because she had video footage of Diddy on the DL. She was also running because she had evidence of all the things that Diddy did to her. But apparently in the book, Kim went into graphic details about everything, including how Diddy roughed her up a couple of times, how she was isolated and manipulated, how Kim would use a strap-on to please Diddy and hysterically cry alone after doing so, how her house was being wired, phone lines were being tapped, Diddy paying personnel to watch her closely, and even details of how Diddy wanted full custody of the twins, but Kim threatened to expose him if he ever took her kids away from her.
It seems like these kids are a tough spot for these two because they can't seem to get along, and it seems like they both use the twins as leverage against each other. And Kim was threatening him if he were to take away her kids that she would ruin him. So knowing this and the potential book that could have come out, there has been additional investigations, but I'm sure P. Diddy has shut them up. After we learned how she passed away, she was then sent off for further testing because people were not accepting this outcome. But what's being underreported is the step-by-step what happened to Kim Porter, because there were supposedly some toxins in her system, which the autopsy never revealed, at least the initial one did not reveal. And there were also some calls, and it seems like at some point she maybe was calling for help because she wasn't doing well, but maybe she was being allegedly poisoned.
There were actually reports a while back that Kim's family was seeking legal advice and was in pursuit to slap Diddy with a lawsuit for wrongful death. Apparently, the family has physical evidence to support their case and has been undeniably shattered by Kim's death because they feel she didn't die from natural causes. In addition, there has also been another expose spilling that Kim did not die.
Beyonce kept telling Kim Porter she didn't know what Diddy and Jay-Z kept going in the back of that room with the double doors for. But then when they finally went in there, they already knew. This is where they found the tapes at. And I want y'all to know, they said that Diddy had cameras in the wall. At the end of the day, the feds not finna play no games because the footage, he was selling the footage while he was locked up and they got everything on camera.
It's only a matter of time before we get to court and we see the evidence that the FBI has really put together. You got to realize the FBI, they work feverishly to build a rock-solid case that they're not going to lose. They've got the funding to do it, and they put the time and they invest into the search warrants, the cameras in the walls, the cameras in the plants, wherever he could have put anything electrical.
Every private jet that he got on, he had the cameras in the private jet.
He has camera everywhere.
He want to keep surveillance of the people he got working
cameras
for him,
in his
mules.
cars. He's got cameras in the kitchen. He's got cameras in the bathroom, probably. This man knows no idea of personal space. So I could just see I'm trying to go to the bathroom and can't.
They went through Jay-Z's phone. They found exactly the day that this occurred with Kim Porter, and she was left unresponsive. Do you think they finna leave that unturned?
How about the time he was on the yacht? Had to bring in a special plastic surgeon to get her fixed up in a timely manner.
Because he was instantly trying to control her. He wanted Kim Porter to do, like, literally do whatever he said and keep her in them parties for weeks and months at a time.
Kim Porter wasn't having it, and she was sick of the infidelity. She's like, either you're going to be my man or not.
She wanted to find out what Diddy was doing every time he left the house. Before he started having them parties at the mansion, he'd tell her she can't come to a certain part of the mansion.
Well, anytime you tell a woman she can't do something, hello?
She gonna be curious and want to do it.
Exactly. So that you kind of dug that and brought that on yourself, creating a curiosity that was probably unsatiable for her, and she wants to really know what's going on. So, man, if it was me, if I couldn't get up in there and see it myself, I'd start asking questions of the house.
Gene Deal been asking questions since the beginning, and he already said he gonna expose everything that they did. He ain't leaving nothing unturned. He want to get justice for Kim Porter, and Mike Tyson already said he gonna figure out everybody who was involved in this, and he gonna make sure that everybody get prosecuted for what they did to her.
As he absolutely should. He's probably the one person who can, because he knows the ins and outs of Diddy's operation.
Diddy had this going on for years. He had this going on for like 20-some years, like real talk, like at the end of the day. And if he would have still been out, he would have still had it going on, and it would have made 30 years.
P. Diddy is the type of person that really, truly believes he can buy his way out of any situation. And when money doesn't talk for him anymore, he's kind of at a loss. The wear and tear is starting to show on him. Even the people in the courtroom from the last court hearing stated that he's looking, deteriorated. He's graying up and thinning out.
That's because he's stressing right now. His sons already said, time they talk to him, he be shaking. Like, he got the shakes now because he don't know what they finna do to him or with him.
It'd be a miracle if he comes out anywhere near on top. But there's the one thing. Nobody's going to forget all of this. His career in the industry's already cut him off. He's done lost deals. He's done lost
everything because he know what he did. Like at the end of the day, and I know for a fact that Jay-Z, he kind of upset and scared right now because whatever Diddy did, he messed up. And then they got the footage, and Jay-Z is on the footage. They said that Beyonce was on the footage.
A lot of people are on that footage, and that's what a lot of people are still scared to see, what is actually exposed.
They said that Jay-Z was swinging on that swing right over that little, he got like a little pool or something, like a square pool, and they got like these two swings. They said that Jay-Z was swinging on the swing.
Could you imagine being, having pillow talk with your wife at night, and all of a sudden she goes, hey.
She didn't know. She was on the other side of the house.
Being one of P. Diddy's guests. Could you imagine having pillow talk with your wife one night, and she goes, hey, did you ever go to a P. Diddy party, baby?
She knew that he went there, but she didn't think that they was doing that. Like at the end of the day, they said that Gene Deal was blocking the door so Beyonce couldn't even see over there. She kept trying to look over Gene Deal's shoulder. And then they kept telling, like, J-Lo over there, you can go over there, you Jay-Z girl, Diddy girl over there. And this is where everybody kept saying, like, Beyonce never knew about what was going on. It's a sad situation.
I disagree with that, though, because if you pay attention to the rumors are out there.
What they say?
Jay-Z gave P. Diddy Beyonce.
They gave, would he give her a watch or a ring or something?
No. Jay-Z gave Beyonce to P. Diddy.
That's crazy because at the end of the day, Kim Porter should have never went out like that. Kim Porter saw what he was doing after a while when she was trying to leave him. We know what happened with Kid Cudi. We know what happened with Al B.
It is crazy that he blew up his car.
Yeah.
Who does that?
A person does that when they're jealous of you. And they said that Kim Porter, when she finally found out that he was doing that, she instantly tried to cut him off. And as soon as she tried to leave him, that's when he showed her. And that's when she instantly started trying to write the book.
I'm sorry. You start blowing up people's cars that I know, I'm outro. I'm going to be so far gone. I'm going to change my name, whatever it takes. I'm going to be out of that mess. Because if you're going to blow up someone's car over me, what are you going to do to me? We see what he's going to do to her. He throws her down a hallway and, well, we seen the video.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's why Cassie found that lawsuit for all them millions of dollars. She knew exactly when she opened up a can of worms for Diddy. And then Diddy, he got to fight his way up out of it. This is sad. I want y'all to hit the like button if you rocking with Kim Porter. Hit the like button. Drop the RP Kim Porters down in the comment section. We know exactly what they finna do to Jay-Z now. It's crazy because they shouldn't have never let her leave that party, because if she would have stayed there, regardless of what she saw, and it's crazy, she would have still been here with us today. Let me know down in the comment section, do y'all think Kim Porter would have still been here with us today?
I believe Kim Porter would have absolutely still been here with us today if these people would just live life a little better. Come on now. You are in a position to where you could help people, be a positive role model for people. Instead, you're the very people that we warn our kids. You're the very people that we warn our kids about. Like, don't talk to strange strangers. You're the strange stranger.
At the end of the day, that's crazy, because Diddy, he put himself in a predicament that he can't get himself up out of. And at the end of the day, you have to watch who you keep yourself around, because if Jay-Z saying he's denouncing you, like at the end of the day, we can read between the lines. What is he basically saying? He's basically saying that he don't want to get caught up in the drama you got going on, regardless of how you feel about it.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, and I'm going to save my skin before you can save yours. And that's exactly what's going on right now. It's not the, are we our brother's keeper and we ride this out.
No, it ain't that right now. It ain't loyalty right now.
No,
it was loyalty when that money was getting made.
It's let me get up out of here while I can. It wouldn't surprise me in the next few weeks if we don't hear some news broadcast going, Jay-Z bought a private island and is unreachable.
Exactly, because Jay-Z not trying to get caught up in that. I don't blame him, but they said he ain't had nothing to do with what happened with that girl. But they said that Kim Porter, man, R.I.P. Kim Porter, because she'll still be here with us right now. If he would have never did what he did, he knew exactly what he put himself into. He shouldn't have never been hanging around Diddy. Whatever agreement that him and Diddy had, he shouldn't have never did it, because they got him on camera.
Absolutely. You know, I really wonder what Beyonce is going through right now, and how this is affecting her as a woman, and your man's accused of these things. But I mean, she's no innocent angel either. She's been around all this and seen it. She's just as much a witness to many things for P. Diddy as Jay-Z is, because they've all been in that group hanging out together personally. So hopefully she's not another victim to all this chaos.
Yeah, I want everybody to know this is a sad situation, but Diddy, he has a timeline behind him. I want y'all to know this is a sad situation, but this is something that Diddy brought upon himself. He got to face the consequences, and basically he got to take full responsibility for everything that he did, every action that he took, every crime that he committed inside those parties. He should have did what he did. He should have instantly hosted his parties regularly instead of putting stuff in people's drinks. They said that Kim Porter, she kept on telling him, I do not want to drink nothing. I'm good. She saw what they was doing. Gene Deal kept whispering in her ear, telling her, like, man, you know what Diddy did to that. Don't drink that. He was looking out for her.
Hey, even Al B. Shore called out and said that there should have been an investigation to Kim Porter's death. There is no telling what really happened that night, but we do know that there are rumors that the casket was bought 2 months in advance. We do know that she was writing a tell-all book that would have hung however many people, but especially P. Diddy.
They said they even had what happened to Tupac and Aaliyah up in there.
I wouldn't surprise me, and I still think that there's way more to Aaliyah's death than, oh, the plane was just too heavy. Come on now.
What I heard, they said that Gene Deal exposed it. He said that Jay-Z was the one who talked to Aaliyah right before she even got on the plane. So regardless of what went down, so a lot of people involved in what's going on with Kim Porter, but we know for a fact the only reason why Kim Porter even got taken out is because she was going to release that book about Diddy and what he was doing inside them parties. He should have never did it. Like, how you going to get mad because a person got you on camera? You got them on camera. How you gonna be a hypocrite like that?
Well, you got to realize, too, that when you hired a Gene Deal, you're hiring more than just a bodyguard. This is a man who...
He's an ex-parole officer, man.
Homeland Security. I believe he was a Marine. Like, this man is paid to pay attention to the details and to see what no one is expecting to be seen. He could tell it all and lay it out there faster than anybody, and I bet you he's one of the key witnesses for the FBI.
They already said Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal was the one who blew the lid off everything.
That's why Jay-Z is hiding?
Yeah.
Literally. He's denouncing his friendship with P. Diddy. He's trying to lay very low in the limelight because now he's got possibly fictitious lawsuits being brought against him without supporting evidence. He doesn't want to get caught up any further. But at the same time, what does he know about Kim Porter? What does he know about Aaliyah? What does he know about Tupac that would absolutely hang P. Diddy? And why isn't he willing to just put it out there at this point? That could be the biggest bargaining chip that Jay-Z could ever have with the federal investigation.
This is sad, but we know that this happened time to time. You need to watch who you keep around you because Jay-Z, he's going to be one of the other ones who tell everything. Do y'all think that Jay-Z going to tell everything even though he in the hot chair right now? We know that Jay-Z, he got ties with Diddy going way back to the 2000s. Like, at the end of the day, they was together. They have them on video, audio, VHS, everything.
He was a part of so many incidents that are in P. Diddy's lawsuits that it's not even funny. And P. Diddy really could take Jay-Z down with him. So if you're going to truly try to separate house, you better rethink your strategy.
Don't denounce nobody and you ain't ready for what's going to come behind it. Because regardless of what's going on, it all can instantly turn right back on you.
Absolutely. Because, again, they were side by side a lot of times. From incident after incident, and it's on camera. You've got Gene Dill that witnessed it. You've got other people that witnessed it. That somebody is going to spill the beans, even if P. Diddy doesn't.
Remember, Tupac case ain't over with.
Absolutely not.
Whenever the feds got you, they will let you sit in there, fight your time, and then when you get out and you ready to walk out them doors, hit you with another charge because they've been holding this over your head for years. The feds have a 99% conviction rate. You shouldn't do things and thinking that they're not watching. People already been told on him what happened with Tupac. They said it was $1 million gave out. They said Jay-Z gave $500,000, and they said Diddy gave $500,000.
Either they have somebody working in-house that nobody knows who it is, or, you know, I'm sorry to say, I don't believe the federal investigation always moves purely with
No,
the
they
law.
move strategically
So
because
they could tap into your phone at any time. They could hear your conversations
especially
at
when
any
you
time.
get locked up for fighting with the girl.
Definitely. They're trying to figure out. There are keywords now, and we have to go back as far as this doesn't even have anything to do with P. Diddy.
Yeah, you got to really pay close attention to the key facts of everything because the investigators, they're not finna play no games.
They're going to hunt and turn over every stone and flip every page in a book if they have to.
They don't want Diddy to get out no time soon.
No, absolutely not. They took too long to get him.
He wanted to pay $500 million to get out, man. Come on now. How could you pay? Oh, $50 million. $50 million.
Look, still, I could go buy an island. The judge didn't take that? Come on now. You know there's reasons why the judge didn't go for it. $50 million could do a state
everything.
a lot of good. And that money goes into the state. So what really made them say no? Oh, let's see. Coercion of witnesses, threatening of the witnesses and their families, assault.
Yeah.
He's sitting there trying to make...
They got him on video with Cassie in the hotel. They got him on video inside them parties. You cannot...
It's over with.
You can't excuse the fact of what's going on.
It's over with. And if it wasn't over with, even if he somehow or another gets acquitted, let's say, it's going to be over with. His career is over with. People are not going to forget this. They're just not.
Like, at the end of the day, this happens. But Jay-Z, Diddy, everybody know what y'all did. I'll be sure Kim Porter, Tupac, Cassie, whoever else. Man, R.I.P., get well. Like, at the end of the day, because this is something that it continues to happen with Diddy, and it revolves around everything that he's doing. We need to really look at what the investigators are saying. The Fed said that the initial police report stated that Diddy, he did this stuff. They have him on footage for years, for over 20 years.
His characteristics speak for themselves. Like, he has had anger issues. He has a whole history timeline, shall you, of over 20 different incidents since he was a youth all the way till now, where he's getting involved in assault and harassment. And these are just the things we know about.
Diddy bogus for what he did. He should have never even put himself in this situation.
Yeah, hopefully he can get himself out. He should never started what he couldn't finish. And this is one thing he ain't going to be able to finish. When you live in a world where you think you can buy your way out of anything, you build yourself a false sense of reality, a false sense of security that is really non-existent. Because at any point in time, money can become a current that's not going to pay the bill.
Diddy thought that he was going to get out of this one. But Kim Porter, her legacy will live on. R.I.P. Kim Porter. Drop the Kim Porters down in the comment section. It's sad because Cat Williams said that Jay-Z went inside of Kim Porter's house right after she left that party. Diddy knew exactly what Jay-Z did. This is something that we all knew. It was going to come to the light one day.
Jaguar Wright allegedly said P. Diddy has been putting tapes on the market, selling them for $500 million a piece. Now, of course, this is the black market, but you know what else I heard got the black market? Which really just makes me wonder. His cell phone. One of his discarded cell phones is now allegedly out there for anybody to get their hands on.
She taught a lot of people a lot of things, and she was a pillar to the community.
The recent charges are not the first controversial that the music and entrepreneur has faced over the years. Combs has attempted to rebrand himself as Brother Love, but as he has a prolonged history of allegations of violence dating back to the 90s, he's never been convicted of a serious crime, but has repeatedly been accused of having violent encounters with everybody from his exes, Cassie and Gina, who alleged physical abuse in 2019, to the executives Steve Stout and rappers like J. Cole and Drake. Responding to Cassie's claims, Combs' attorney told the New York Times that Mr. Combs denies these offenses and outrageous allegations.
It's sad that this even had to go down, but Gene Deal said that Rihanna was the main one who told Tupac, like, man, she was in the room when Tupac saw everything that was going down. People didn't know Diddy was doing that type of stuff. And this is something that Kim Porter, she shouldn't have had to see because she was the mother of his kids. And if he was doing this stuff under wraps where nobody really knew about it unless they was invited, she would have instantly stopped messing with him a long time ago before he blew up Kid Cudi car.
Looking at Combs' timeline, it really starts back to CCNY tragedy in 1991. Combs co-promoted a celebrity basketball game and concert at City College of New York where 9 people died and 29 were injured. The gym had a capacity of 2,730 people, but where as many as 5,000 people showed up to the event.
5,000?
5,000. And they did not have enough security to control the crowd.
And Diddy and them knew that everybody was going to run out there. Like at the end of the day, it'd be a lot of them. They be packed, especially their entourage. Diddy have a lot of people with him.
They broke down the gym door and rushed the lobby. They literally stampeded the place.
This is the same thing that happened when Tupac went to that hotel, the MGM. And next thing you know, this is where Mike Tyson, he ended up seeing Tupac for the last time. R.P. Tupac. Tupac shouldn't have never even went out like that. And Tupac was the main one who kept telling Suge Knight he should just go straight to the spot. He shouldn't stop nowhere. He ended up stopping at the light. The light was yellow at first, but then next thing you know, Suge Knight, he instantly hit the brakes. Next thing you know, this is where the girls start hollering out, Tupac, Tupac. They spotted him from that point on. They pulled right up on the side of him. And next thing you know, this is where Tupac instantly, he's not here with us right now. R.I.P. Tupac, man. R.I.P. Kim Porter.
The resulting of that incident in 1991, Combs was cited for hiring inadequate, inexperienced security, and he settled out with a lawsuit. That lawsuit did not finalize until 2000. They had a lot of decision-making to make because of the family members of the attendees who had died. Jake's shooting in 1995, Combs and Death Row Records co-founder Suge Knight were once friends, but the animosity that fueled the violent rivalry between Death Row and Bad Boy started once Knight's friends and security guard Jake was killed outside an Atlanta nightclub after an argument with the Bad Boy camp.
That's sad because P. Diddy's name is involved in a lot of stuff, and the feds, they looking at it as if he think he gonna get out actually scot-free from everything that was alleged. You cannot get away from these. You can't even get away from a crime if you did it 10, 20 years ago because the evidence still gonna come back and it's gonna point back to the person who was at the scene.
Somehow or another, Combs has denied involvement in this shooting, which Knight reportedly held him responsible for.
Mike Tyson already knew for a fact that Suge Knight was gonna eventually go to jail. He already said that Gene Deal was right there. Mike Tyson said he'll do anything to protect Kim Porter. Diddy was the main one who gave Keefy D the money. He gave him $1 million to do that to Tupac. Tupac was a legend. R.I.P. Tupac. Drop the Tupacs in the comment section. Hit the like button if you think that Tupac, he could have still been here right now if this wasn't a part of one of Diddy's shenanigans.
Or how about the attack on Steve in 1998? Combs and 2 other men attacked Steve Stout after the music executive enormously sent MTV a version of Combs and Nas' Hate Me Now music video, which contained a scene that P. Diddy wanted cut out.
Diddy don't like stuff like that. He don't like when certain people be trying to go against his movement and what he got going on. Diddy knew for a fact that they was going to eventually charge him with something. It was too many crimes done. And they said the way that Kim Porter was right there telling him to stop doing it, she was trying to release her book, and then next thing you know, she gets sent up.
Stout says that Combs and 2 men barged into his New York City office and attacked him with a champagne bottle. He was charged with second-degree assault and criminal mischief. Stout claims that his arm and jaw were broken in the attack, but Combs denies any bones were broken to MTV, also telling the network, "I basically went to his office, and what happened in his office, I can't really speak about it, but I can say this. The way I handled myself in his office was completely wrong, and I have since apologized to Steve about that, and I felt like, I just disappointed myself." Combs was sentenced to a 1-day anger management class. Who gets a 1-day anger management class? He's already building a history of needing to handle his anger. 1 day? This is him trying to buy himself out of situations.
He keep trying to do that when they not finna let him just go like that. A lot of the stuff that they saying, but some stuff that they basically alleging, this stuff is on camera. So it's not alleged. They got it on footage. And all the VHS footages that he tried to get rid of, so-called hide them, they got them. It's over with. They found all the safes in the master bedroom. They even went in his son King Combs' room, and they found everything that they was trying to stash. That's why they brought him to court, and now he got to face charges of alleged assault.
Then we lead into the Club New York shooting in 1999. In 1999, Combs and his bad boy signee Jamal Burrell were participating at Club New York when Diddy knocked a drink out of Matthew Allen's hand. Allen got into an argument with Combs and someone threw money in Combs' face. Allen also threatened Shine. Prosecutors alleged amid the fray, all 3 men drew guns, and Shine was shot 3 times in the crowded club.
He still got locked up behind it, and Diddy told J-Lo she need to fall back and instantly had the gun. She was the one that brought the gun up in there. And a lot of people know for a fact, you cannot tell Gene Deal to stand right there and protect you and think that he ain't gonna say nothing years later. Them NDAs don't hold that long.
Somehow or another, Combs was acquitted of all charges, while Shine was found guilty of 5 of his 8 charges and was sentenced to 10 years in prison.
He made him take the rap when J-Lo was the one that brought it up in there. Just like J-Lo was the one who Diddy gave the phone call to as soon as he left Kim Porter's house. This is a sad situation because if him and Kim Porter never had that argument at Jay-Z party, she would have never left and she would have still been here with us today. Jaguar Wright said that J-Lo, she played a big part in this. And Jaguar Wright, she trying to get justice for everybody who they did that to.
In 2013, Combs was allegedly involved in an altercation